Yeah, g'day, trendsetters. How you going out there in YouTube land? Hope you're having a wonderful time wherever you are in this big wide world of ours. And welcome to the Hex Late Show, where there is no expectation from the work of others, and we don't make forward-looking statements about the price of the one and only, the best, 100% uptime, triple audited security. Hex, of course. It's the Hex Late Show. I've got all the boys with us. Day 43. How you going, mate?
I'm good,
What's
mate.
cracking? That's good.
Not much. Tuesday night in Melbourne.
Oh, living the dream. Hey, we've got Bluey as well. One of our stalwarts. How are you, buddy?
Hey, good.
Rock and roll.
Yep. Rock and roll and all that stuff. Hey, that looks like someone.
Never die.
It looks like you got someone hiding in that plant next to you, you draped something over.
No, I put the pirate flag over there. It's a pirate flag over there. Look, this is like a 35-year-old bonsai, by the way. Beside
Right.
me. Yeah.
Like one of those small ones that you're meant to curate.
Yeah, like it's in a little shallow dish. It's been living like that for 35 years under man's control. What do you reckon?
That's cool, man.
Under the man, under control of the man.
So what do you reckon? What's going on? Should we do a shout out? I think we should do a shout out. I think just to clear the air, we'll do a shout out to all the hexagons out there. We love the support. We love everyone that comes and joins us on the show, and particularly the Discourse Syndicate Network, where we've got the RG3s, regular interviews, and FN Hangout. We've got KNTX Wake Up Hex. We've got Crypto Coffee. We got all of the Cutthroats. They're just the best people, and we love them. And like Motley, Vince, Cabana, all of those people are doing great stuff out there. Nardo for the win. It's one of my favourite hexagons as well. And there's too many to mention, of course. Wales Only, The Voice, and boy, oh boy, what a week in Hex Crypto this week. Bluey?
Yeah, it's what's happened? It doesn't feel like that much has happened this week, does it? It's just kind of probably less dramas this week. We've had a few more Richard Hart streams, which is nice.
Oh yes,
he's back in the saddle.
What did I miss?
The big dog.
You're on the game.
You won't catch me going around with a bunch of Rolexes, mate.
Yeah, I don't see the point of buying watches
because I know what time it is, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I got a phone. I've never understood watches. I don't like any jewelry. I don't like anything hanging off me anyway. Actually. Don't like ties.
Cool. Wow. There you go. Crypto pirates, eh? That's what we do over here. Not financial advice. Ooh.
You're looking pretty ripped, uNrekt. You working out, mate?
Mate, all I do is carry amplifiers around. And that's enough to give me a bloody bit of a put an old gun show over here. Look at this.
Man, I've been working out. I've been working out recently, mate. Out. Feeling strong at the moment.
Krispy Kreme. Imagine licking that out of a sweet fruit, shaped in the shape of a vagina.
I love Dave's super chat. Davis's super chat.
Do we get
the world is not a globe? Yeah, the world is not a globe, and we are in an ocean pond. NASA says the sun's shooting through space at 500,000 miles per hour. Come on, wake up! Look around.
I don't get
it. Wake up, everyone.
Can someone explain? Thanks for the super chat, Davis. Appreciate it, mate. What are you talking about? I don't get it. Can someone tell me?
Well, he's kind of just pointing out a few of the inconsistencies in globe theory as opposed to flat Earth theory.
Should we just? Anyone who's watching the show for the first time, if you're out there in YouTube land and you have just come across us, get on over to hex.com, have a look at how to buy Hex, and then once you realise that this is the revolutionary, the greatest thing since sliced bread product, you'll want to buy some because it's really important for your future self.
It's like buying a bakery. It's that better than sliced bread.
It's like buying.
Oh, I would never go into the baking business. No,
it's like buying.
Get up pretty early, eh?
Yeah, I would sleep in every day. I'll be like, what?
A good
It's like
sourdough,
buying-
man.
No, do you know what it's like? It's like buying an asset that can make more of itself. That's what it's like.
Like
Yeah.
That's
yeast.
what it. That's actually what it is.
Yield.
Hex is actually an asset that makes more of itself
Hmm.
under certain parameters.
Really hot.
If you treat it a certain way, it makes more of itself. If you treat it a different way, it just sits there and exists as what it is. The quantity stays the same, but if you treat it a different way, you can actually grow it and get more of it. So you just have to like work out how to do that. It's an interesting journey learning how to do that. It takes time.
What,
It takes
Kicking back
time.
and earning interest. Hey, we had that
What do you
massive.
learn about yourself?
We had that
Yes.
massive interest payout. That was pretty fun.
Oh, that was
Looking
so
at how
interesting.
much I earned that day, it was like, whoa.
Yep.
That was like
There's gonna-
basically like
There's gonna be a
week's
few more
worth
of them.
interest, you know?
Like
Maybe not a
this,
week.
we're 2
5
years
5
in.
days.
We're 2 years in, right? 2 years in, and we've had one. There was one day that was like 13, and then there was the other day which was 24.
I thought it was 38. Wasn't it 38? Or was that miscalculation?
Miscalculated, yeah.
Oh,
20.
right.
Where I saw I mean, I didn't go check.
I saw a few figures. I just went for the highest one.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But you know, it's early days. It's 2 years in. Do you know how many more times that's going to happen over the course of the next 10 years? That is just going to.
Yeah.
That's going to
Some of
keep
us-
happening. It is going to keep happening.
It was such a weird one, though, wasn't it? Because they haven't even really market sold it that much. Like a little bit, just a little sprinkle. It's like, it must have been a mistake, eh?
I don't know. It's hard.
Actually, did you see Matty Allen's going to, he said he's going to interview the person who did it or something?
That did
I
what?
think it could be, but he said, I think one of his interviews, maybe it's for tomorrow, is lined up, is the super shark who nuked himself. He's
There
gonna
he is. Oh, look at that. Straight in. Oh, tangent.
Tangent.
Loving it. How are you, buddy?
Tangent is in the house. What's going on?
Wow.
Ooh,
So I'm late.
Yeah,
Look at that.
boy.
That is what
Oh,
Davis with $100
$100
super
USD.
chat.
Damn,
Nice
I
one,
someone
mate.
appreciate
balled.
you guys and the show. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope things get better down under. Keep your chins up. We are hoping that things
Yeah.
get better here. We are
Yeah.
hoping that things get better here.
You know what, though?
Manifesting
On the
that
actual
shit.
ground, it's actually awesome. At the same, like on a day-to-day level, life is awesome,
Yes.
and everyone is really happy. It's so bizarre. Like it's kind of like this real
Especially-
dichotomy where you see stuff going down, which is like, what the fuck's going on? But
It's
then
happening
on the
in Victoria, guys.
it's just Victoria.
It's Victoria, man. It's Victoria that sucks balls. Sucks
Yeah,
furry
right.
balls. Furry balls.
Right. They're the ones sucking Richard's balls.
I would agree with that. Mm.
So it's, you know, I've got a.
Don't be a bitch. Australia is fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
X.com.
It's pretty awesome at the same. You know, it's life here is.
Help
I
the
was
people
out
that you love and
I
hang
know.
around you.
It's beautiful and everyone's happy. It's weird. It's a weird dichotomy we live in these days.
Mate, it's the
If you
filter.
live-
You put the
If
filter.
you live, I don't know why I'm giving baseline any airtime right now, but if you live in Vic, you deserve to be wrecked. Okay, touche, brother, touche.
Woo! Yep, pay that. There
Ah,
you go. What a
Well,
great
there you
super
go,
chat.
mate.
No, we do appreciate all the patronage and all. We always like get usually 100 or so people tuning in on the live show. What are we up to now? We're up to 63. So welcome and everyone. And yeah, what else is going on, boys and girls?
Tangent. What's happening, man?
Tangent.
They stream.
Yeah. I hear
Today's
you're the most
stream.
eligible bachelor on Twitter Street, mate. What's going on there? Hey.
That was actually just a joke. I don't even use Tinder. But
I was going to say
I
that'd be
thought-
like so beneath you now, wouldn't it?
I would do well, you know. Unrekt gets it.
Unrekt.
Photos with puppy dogs.
Mate, that's like from the game playbook. It's like number one on the list. Puppy wingman. Ooh. Hey.
100%. Hey, what was some of the stuff that's happened this week? I haven't had barely any time to.
Well, we had some shark nuke some of their stakes, and so we got this.
Let's talk about that.
Massive.
I did see. Yeah, I saw someone post about that. There was like a 20-something hex per T-share payout.
24.33, wasn't it?
Damn, is that a record? Is that the highest it's ever been?
Yeah.
It is. It's the biggest out here that we've seen.
So, do people suspect that it was a hacked account?
Well, that's what we were just talking about. Like, it doesn't look like a hacked account because they didn't really sell money. Like, they nuked a whole lot of their stakes, but they still have loads of stakes left. But then they didn't really sell much.
Yeah. It would at least move to another account, right?
They did.
They moved it around a bit, I think.
Oh, okay.
They did move them. But why would they sell them if they know that the price is like probably going to go up at some stage?
But, I mean, who knows? It's so hard to read into what people's motivations, hey? But you think a hacker would like... But then why wouldn't they nuke all of the accounts if it was a hacker?
Because it costs so much.
They couldn't afford the gas fees.
Just like, damn, he's going to break even on this shit.
The gas was so expensive they didn't even want to pay with the free ETH they just hacked out of the other.
They break even.
They're like, nah, man, I'm not
break even on the hack, man. They break even. PulseChain, come on.
Oh man, I'm so ready for PulseChain. God damn.
It looked to me like a mistake. It just looked like a straight up mistake. But they did it so many times. It's kind of weird.
Maybe fucked up.
Yeah, well, if they fucked up, it's good if they did that themselves.
There's a fuck up.
You know, that's like, you know, you don't expect people, like, you can't judge people at face value sometimes. Just because they got a lot of money doesn't mean they're, like, better than anyone else.
So keep an eye on Matt Allen's channel because apparently he's going to interview the guy. But I'm a bit skeptical of Matty Allen because he does a lot of clickbait, doesn't he? I don't know, like if it's the person. How did he find him?
Have you got skeptical hippo eyes on Matty Allen's clickbaits? Have you?
Oh, well, just because he did that other clickbaity kind of stuff that was like BSE.
Yeah.
So what about the Richard Hart streams? What do we get out of the Dave? Was it Dave?
Dave Hughes.
Dave Hughes. Hughes is
cool.
Of course.
That was a great one.
What was that?
Oh, that's because of us, you know, because we pumped it on Twitter. We just went hard on Twitter, hey?
Who's we?
Power of the Hexicans to get that one, I reckon.
Is that right?
Really? Yeah, I remember that campaign.
Cool. Well done. Yeah. Well, then in that case, shout out to all the Hexicans out there just doing the bloody one step forward, isn't it?
Yeah, and so if anyone knows
in the journey,
you know, if anyone knows people, like just not even if you know, just email people. Like I've done that plenty of times where you just email people, and sometimes it works out. Sometimes they never even respond to you. But you know, you can get hard interviews. You know.
Well, we should say that about the entry point at the moment. I mean, getting a great entry point if you're just coming into Hex crypto now, the greatest asset invention in the world today. If you haven't heard of it, please go over and look at hex.com. All the information's on there, how to buy it. You got to just take it through the process. There's no rush. Just take it slow, learn, read, and understand. So, yeah. Hey.
And as we all know,
this is a good price for entering.
Pearl of a price to be getting.
It's in a like a accumulation band that I've got between like 17 and 19 cents. So I think anything between 17 and 19 cents is a good buy.
And as we know, uNrekt, you're all about the good entry point, aren't you, bro?
Every hole's a goal, mate. Hey, don't you know it? Hey, out there, ladies love it. Hey, don't you worry about that. So, you want to ask me a personal question, do you, Day 43? Like,
yeah.
Do we want to get intimate with our audience for just a little bit? We'll just have a little interlude.
Let's get intimate with the audience, man. Let's do it.
Well, like, do you kiss a girl after she sucked your cock, or was that a bit too much?
Too much for what?
Oh, I'm just asking. Do you do that?
Is
that the The confines of marriage.
The question is, uNrekt, if you could suck your own cock, would you? Probably yes.
I think most people would say yes, just to at least try it. Like you'd want to at least try it, right? Like,
Oh, yeah. I can kind of get in the position, but it's very hard to get excited.
Well, anyway, on that note, look, the only thing that matters in crypto is the number go up and to the right with HEX, eh? Come on, let's have a look at it.
that's something that money can't buy.
The flexibility.
Flexibility. That's got to be earned.
Yeah.
I've heard that money can buy it, though. I've heard that removal of ribs is possible.
Oh,
Money
yeah.
can. That's what
Lots
I've
of
heard.
massages.
Anyway, come on now. This is like live, around on the World Wide Web.
Yeah. What are you saying, uNrekt? We've got reputations to uphold. Is it?
Cold.
Some of us do, some of us don't mind.
No, we got FU money now. Look at that.
So this little green box here is what I was just talking about. I think that's an excellent support zone / accumulation zone, and yeah, I think we've I think for now this is probably going to be the low.
Then we'll just get higher lows from here as it climbs.
I think I'm expecting to make a higher low in this band.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, doesn't it?
I mean, we've kind of become exhausted to the downside.
Yeah.
You can see that this is what I was hoping for, was that we either go sideways or up to get out of that aggressive, accelerating downward price action. Like the trend to the downside was actually accelerating downwards, and now we've actually moved.
Because it kind of looks like
it's not a
Like
guaranteed thing.
it kind of keeps sort of crashing over, and now it looks like it's going to start crashing over, but in an uptrend.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we never know for sure, but this is starting to look really good to me. I like it.
Yeah.
I bought some today, actually, when around, I think it was 18.5 cents.
Yeah, the gas fees really suppress it a lot. That's so true, Sammy. They really distort the market.
Oh, Sammy's in the chat.
But they also stop people from selling.
Shout out to Sammy. She's Ladies Discourse Syndicate on this weekend, I believe. And Sammy's the host of that, and she'll be a cracker. And we bring out all the new Hexagon ladies that are joining the ranks, and it's wonderful to have such a vibrant, diverse community to be able to share the experience and show some of the expertise that we've got right here from Tangent. And so I'm feeling that we are going to spring from here too, mate. What are you saying?
Yeah. I'm fairly confident.
Tangent. Can I ask? Would it be possible? Can you like zoom out a little bit?
Yep.
And are you able to invert that chart?
This axis.
Invert the whole chart,
like that.
Yeah. So, just let's have a look at that. Right. Let's zoom in on that area there. When you look at it like that, what does that look like to you guys?
Bullish. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think it's hard to. I think until this is the way I feel like until Pulse. I mean, and you never know. Anything can go down, but I feel like once Pulse is like the launch, we know when the fork is happening. I think we're just going to see like some craziness happen at that point. I think that like when people know for sure that it's going to be like in 2 weeks or whenever, I think that's when people are going to be like, okay.
But why, now, if you knew about it, why wouldn't you buy now? Why wouldn't you accumulate now? Like why would as soon as the news hit would you rush in? Like is that just a speculative value rushing in, or?
I think so. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know the future, but like, I just have a feeling that once people know for sure, because we've been waiting we've been waiting for a little while now. Originally, we thought it was going to be sooner. So it's sort of like we've had that reoccurring 4-week in another 4-week type situation like we had with HEX when HEX was launching. And look, HEX launched at like the perfect time, as it turned out. It turned out to have launched at the perfect time. ETH was really, really cheap. So think about it. If you were buying ETH to get into HEX at the beginning, you were getting ETH at a really, really good price.
Yeah, like 80 or 90 bucks, eh?
And you get into HEX, and then HEX goes and does a 10,000x without staking.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that this is being timed, but last time this happened where it just got strung out, it ended up working out really well. And maybe the same is going to happen here. I mean, there's no reason to think that this is going to turn out anything but unbelievably good.
To answer your question from before, I would say this looks like there's a short-term uptrend, but that overwhelmingly the overall trend is downwards. And so because we've inverted the y-axis, it's the opposite of that, which is downtrend with an overwhelming uptrend. So
it's about to keep rolling down.
I think you're right. This does really highlight when you flip it around like this, if you were trading this chart in inverse, it looks like this is just continuing to die, right? Like this is like a weak ass attempt to bounce back, but it's getting smashed. And but obviously that's actually to the upside, that it's this downtrend is the weak part, and then the overwhelming trend.
So that's right. I mean, just imagine that you're like 50% wrong all the time. You've got this downward dog sort of bumping uglies position, and then like naturally it might go up again next time.
The weird thing is everything. I sort of noticed that a lot of things are getting smashed at the moment, price wise, in the crypto space. And normally HEX really shines when everything else is getting smashed, and it's been a bit sideways. I mean, obviously it's not a guaranteed thing, but usually when when Richard posts those "the floor is lava" tweets.
Yeah. So we I think in response to that, and I think I've heard you say this actually.
Good buying time, good entry point right now. Oh,
that when we talk about HEX being decorrelated, that doesn't actually mean that we're saying it's negatively correlated.
Correct.
So so there is room for a bit of, it's not going to be every movement that like Bitcoin or Ethereum does, that HEX is going to go in the opposite direction.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
100%. Yeah.
It's just HEX it's doing its own thing. It's decorrelated. It's just doing what it does.
Yeah.
And yeah.
To see when we get out of this zone, that'll be great.
Absolutely.
So what are we saying? What do we? Can we put some validity or some credibility to some of these forward-looking price statements about HEX, where they're saying it could be $2 or it could be $4 or it could be $8 per coin? What are we saying there? What are we saying in, like, if we're looking like crystal ball gazing, that type of thing with what's going on with the code? Yeah, dude, go right ahead. That's what I'm asking.
Well, I mean, I think if you break it down as simply as possible, what you need for price appreciation is you need more people buying, or not more people buying, but you need more volume being bought than is being sold.
Yep.
Like consistently on a so what it comes down to in HEX is how much is being end staked and how much is being staked. And if we keep seeing what we're seeing, which is more people, what we're seeing is we're actually seeing more people, like fewer unstakes but bigger amounts, and then more like smaller stakes happening. So
Yeah,
that seems
yeah.
to be ramping up. So that means there are more participants in the system who are staking, right? And those people are going to be staking longer because that average is just keeps climbing up.
Yeah, it makes
What's
sense.
the average at the moment? What is it at the moment? Still 5.7 or 5.8?
5.83.
5.83.
Wow.
The way I see it happening, uNrekt, is that the next time the price is going up confidently, large players within the HEX community will not sell. The selling will cease when there is a strong local uptrend. So once the short term turns bullish, people are just going to stop. And then that means with the limited amount of supply that is available for sale, that's how I see it going aggressively to the upside.
Yeah, right.
While there's uncertainty or downtrend, you're always going to have some people who are, you know, either trying to take some profit just in case, like work the market, that sort of thing.
Yep.
But the number of stakers,
that makes sense.
The number of stakers consistently going up, just incrementally, just small. Hey, like it's up to 71,392 now. It's assuming 5 per user.
It's a long-term play, and guess what? We're coming up to the 2-year anniversary of HEXs, which is the 731 gathering in London, and apparently they're having a big shindig over there about that, and they're doing a documentary about Richard Hart and HEX, and I thoroughly expect that will be of high significance.
That's only 9 days away.
Thank you for saying that, uNrekt. I did not know that that's why it was called 731. It's the day number. I know that must seem really obvious, but I did not realize that. I didn't actually think. I just thought, okay, they're calling it the 731 Gary, whatever.
That's a nice number.
So that's the 2. So is it really in 9 days?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Wow.
9 days.
All the people preparing for they were probably being locked down for whatever it is to take to get in there. Hopefully it will just slide on through, but whatever.
I would. So obviously, as always, nothing on this show is financial advice. However, I would not, if I was on the fence about like my HEX bag, I would be leaning towards buying more HEX leading into this event for the chance.
Hell yeah.
Something at this event, like I don't want to create fake
pumpage,
like
fake tits.
It's possible that something at this event either gets announced, or you've seen other events even like dev hackathons and stuff like that for other projects. The price just pumps in like either anticipation or people just getting hyped at the event. Like someone might be there and they might be like, oh, this is sick, I'm going to just buy a whole crap load if they're rich. Like there's just so many mechanisms with a big event like this that can make the price go up.
I remember in 2017, it was the ETH Dev Conference, which kicked off the price, the parabolic kind of ETH price.
Yeah. But I would certainly be cautious at not holding HEX leading into this event.
Yeah, right off at the apparel, that's for sure. Actually, that a lot of that makes sense, and I mean, it's surprising what you can do with social media, and that can cause virality or can cause sensation or whatever. Yeah.
Have you guys ever been to like crypto events before? It's just the buzz is ridiculous. To be on a different level, like it's going to be a level up on what you would normally get in terms of that conference hype, that and people are just there's so many different ways that the price could pump based on this event.
Oh look, I'll just have to there's someone in the saying, where's the chick off the thumbnail? Hang on, I'll just go and grab the stripper's pole out the bedroom and I'll get her a little dance for you, eh?
There you go. There she is.
It's actually just uNrekt in a wig.
Yeah, see, isn't it lovely?
So do you realize that this young lady is actually a hexagon?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Wow.
Guys?
Well, she's a stunner.
Girls?
I did not know
in the chat.
Tidy up out there.
Did you know that this is a hexagon? Do you know which hexagon it is? Do
Who
you
is she? Wow.
Well, uNrekt knows.
And that's my secret, buried down with my other pirate treasure. And X marks the spot.
Oh, is this chick a hexagon because uNrekt initiated her into the hex,
Oh,
into
no,
the
no,
world
no,
of hex?
No.
Or this
Righto.
is this
That's
an
enough of that.
tell
That's enough
us
of that.
international or domestic? International or domestic?
That's international, of course.
International.
That's where,
Okay.
whilst we're like our little grassroots message in a bottle for Aussies and New Zealanders, and also anyone in the Pacific Rim and greater, and worldwide now with the internet. And of course, we're great friends with the RG3 and KNTX and all the crew over there at the Discourse Syndicate Network. And yeah, it's showtime, lady. It's showtime, and what do you say about that? Well, isn't that sensational that we're going to have someone coming on with maybe I can't say too much about it. My lips are sealed, but yeah, I think 2nd of December is probably what
the thing about this image, right, is that it had to be cropped, because if it wasn't cropped, we thought it's probably going to get pulled off YouTube. So we had to exercise
that's what people
some.
like. They like
I think you guys did well. This is very classy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
guys. I don't know if you had a little guessing competition where we guessed what all the hype was about, to do with. Remember how there was meant to be some kind of announcement, right? Well,
Yeah.
I forget. I even forget which part we were guessing, but there was going to be some kind of announcement.
All these people close, like, were saying, we still haven't heard what it was, but like all these people saying, yeah, it's going to pump so hard. If I could just say what I know.
Oh, so it hasn't actually, the thing of what it might be hasn't been announced yet.
No.
Oh, okay. Because otherwise I was going to say that RG3 was going to be the winner because he guessed nothing, and I've got everyone else's guesses here. So we're still waiting, hey?
Well, we don't know. Like, maybe it is nothing. Maybe it is, but there was some friend close to Richard who said something, and then there was a few other things, wasn't there? But I think some of them turned out to be nothing.
Okay.
Shout out to Chloe in the chat.
Hey, Chloe.
We should if you
Chloe,
Chloe,
just clarifying that it's not her.
Do you know her name actually popped into my head when it's like, I guess it's like one of the few.
Hey, I got a story.
I know by name in the Hex community.
What do you want to hear a story?
No, hang on. We want to hear why Chloe jumped in.
When it was like guess a female hexagon, and I guess like hair color, like was that hair color roughly correct? I'm pretty bad with observantness, like, you know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All you had to go on was really hair color, right? In that photo.
Oh, you thought it might be Chloe.
It might have been Chloe, yeah.
Yeah, right. No,
and that would be a fair guess because Chloe actually has been on our thumbnail before. So it would be a reasonable guess to make. But, you know, Chloe's confirmed it's not her.
Thank you, Dave, for on that.
No worries, man. And also, I think someone said, is it Sammy? It's not Sammy.
Maybe we need to line all the girls up and compare them.
Well, you can organise that, uNrekt. I will take a back seat.
What was your story?
Now, we're all about the Hex crypto here. We're not talking about anything else. What else? Triple ordered.
Yeah. What other hex focused things can we talk about?
Oh, Chloe's happy to do another one.
A friend of mine.
That'd be cool.
We should get her to come on the show and talk to us. So, like, that's what I mean. Like someone like our outbound messaging for Hex. We branch out to the broader community and across the ditch, so to speak, and everywhere in the world, because, you know, you are the network and Metcalfe's law and all that sort of stuff. So every new user adds value to the network. So that's why it's pretty important over there. We had Crypto Sparbuck, the 5555 guys are going around America, spreading the good word about the greatest crypto, Hex crypto. And yeah, look, we're all about the vibrant diversity and, just, I don't know, care for each other, I suppose, in some respects, but also care for nature, or also getting back to nature and realising who we are. I don't know. Am I just talking waffle, or how are we going tonight, folks, out there?
No, that sounds legit. A friend of mine asked me, because I was explaining this show that we do, because, look, Tuesdays are no good for me because I stream with the other Aussie Hexicans. And I explained that we do this show and we basically only talk about one particular crypto. And I happen to be wearing, see this shirt that I'm wearing right now? I said, it's this crypto right here. And she's like, what, you guys just talk about one crypto? Like, don't you run out of shit to say? And I'm like, we haven't so far. We have not run out of stuff to say.
Well, that's exactly right, because there's always so many great things to talk about in Hex, and it's like the best crypto. Boy, I've run out. I normally have a few dot points, but boys, back me up. Like, come on.
Well, that's
what like to be your own bank. You want to be your own bank. You want to secure your financial future. Then what about think about your future self and just put a little bit of little plant grow harvest thoughts in your head.
One of my first thoughts when I heard about Hex was like, what's all these crypto people going to speak about now? Like, it's done. It's done and dusted.
It's
been worked out. Everyone does.
It actually changed the game. It actually changed the game. It actually changed the crypto game so hard.
Yeah,
so hard.
They just don't know it yet.
The little thing
they just don't know it yet.
What the journey would be like.
Yeah, exactly. Find out.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Hey, guys. See this book?
Oh, what? Where'd you get that? Who wrote that book?
Amazon.
Bullshit.
Guys,
they didn't write it.
Shit. Amazon.
Bullshit.
No. Listen, hear me out, guys. It's like
who wrote it?
$12 on Amazon. It's $12 on Amazon. Go on Amazon and buy like 30 or 40 of them, and then you can just give them to people. Seriously,
who wrote it?
They're $12. They're $12.
Hang on, you become an encyclopedia salesman.
Credit to the person who wrote it. Joaquim Christiansen.
Do we know that? Is that
it's a short read?
Hang
on.
Yeah, he's put it up.
Info in there.
That's right. The Satoshi white paper of Hex, isn't it? 2 years after it launched. What do you reckon about that? What is DeFi? Guide to Hex.
Have you,
the only
Day 43, have you read it?
Yep.
And made sure that the info inside that you don't it's tight as?
It's good, man. It's good. Yep. I've read it. It's good. It's a short read. It's like max, depends how fast you read, but it's like an hour and a half read.
You know what I used to do with what I was planning to do? I did a similar thing with the book, the Little Bitcoin book. I was going to go around to like doctor's surgeries and stuff and just like leave it in their waiting room when I go there. And then people would think that the doctor has put that there, and the doctor would probably never notice because there's like a pile of magazines and look what's there and what's not there. It'd be like,
I'll never know.
What's this? So you could do that.
That's
with that.
Great.
You know what I mean? You
I was
slide
thinking,
it on in,
I was thinking
hairdressers, dentists.
Yeah.
Because then it's going to get more replayability than if you just give it to one person, right? Then it's just one person reads it and that's it.
Scalability.
So
it's a scalable
something even
model.
cooler.
Scalable.
Hold up, at Day 43, before we
something?
launch into that, they've got bus stops here where they've created little bookshelves
libraries
at the bus stop.
Yeah.
And so if you finish reading a book, say when you're on the bus, you can leave your book and take a different book. It's like a community free library. So it's obviously an honor system. Someone could come along and just steal all the books, but the type of people who would do something like that typically don't read. So it's pretty safe. And so
I have heaps of those in around Melbourne.
And I've seen where I was just driving up the street. And I was
we're
like,
not making light
there's
of
a
numeracy
bookshelf
literacy
at the
issues
bus
either,
stop
by the way.
with no security camera, literally just an honesty system. And so you could just go and put that book and other crypto books or just that book or whatever in those little community bookshelves, you know?
Yeah, it's a great idea.
That's cool.
Educate people.
So on the
very educated.
libraries
saying-
take donations. You can donate books to actual real libraries. So I don't know if they would take something which is like financially like down that end of the spectrum. They might be like,
stuff like that.
Where do we find that book, Day 43? Where do we find that book, man?
he reckons Amazon.
Amazon. So jump on the Amazon and you can purchase them. You can buy a few and give them to people who you think might read them. But the thing I was going to say is that if you've ever heard of the Audible, it's a Amazon service where you can just listen to books, and this has just become available on Audible in the last few weeks. So so this is what's cool about it. You can actually purchase it on Audible for how you've got people that are not going to read a book, but they'll listen to a podcast. It only goes for an hour and a half to 2 hours, the read on Audible. So you can just gift that to people. It's about $8 or $9 Australian, which is probably about $6 or $7 US. And you can just gift it to people via email. So you pay for it and then just gift it to them. And then they've got that audio version and they can just listen to it in a couple of hours if you know that they're not going to read the book. But there's something about having the printed page that I just love. I just love having, I don't know. I've actually listened to books on Audible and then gone and bought the printed copy because I love having the printed copy. I just love having, being able to flip through the pages. Something about it makes me feel good.
Very good.
I find it very hard to listen to people reading out books.
Whoa. There are a lot of books on Amazon about crypto. I'm shocked by this. A lot of books that have been written about crypto in general.
Yes, there is. Yep.
Cool, man. Just went and bought 20. Good stuff, bro. Good stuff. Hand them out to people.
There you go. Could be changing people's lives.
So
others.
Amazon's probably just going to start promoting it for free, right? Like they how they have the stuff that's popular. They're going to pump it.
They'll promote that if they think it's silly.
Someone just said
if they think there's a buck in it for them, they will do whatever is in their best interest. That's what happens with a closed ecosystem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
wow,
I cannot we've always got so much to talk about. Hey, what's that?
This is insane. The number of books on crypto and DeFi and stuff. It's insane.
Wow. Yeah, right. Oh, well. Hopefully we can lead them to the right channel and get them into the right crypto. And to me, I mean, let's I guess, expand our horizons a little bit and look at the broader market as such. What do we see going on? Is it, as Richard Hart said?
Look at Brizology just trying to troll the Australian dollar.
Yeah.
What's going on, bro? What's going on?
You can't even say, it's like saying that our dollar is an aid. Is that what he's saying?
He's saying our dollar's got AIDS compared to the
exactly. Or is that what he's saying? Hey.
No, I think an Australian dollar is worth 74 or 75 US cents at the moment.
Yeah,
sounds about right.
Yeah, our dollar is particularly resilient, and obviously Brizology is well aware of the dollar milkshake theory and all of the other more advanced aspects of cruising around in the world. Hey,
what is the dollar milkshake? Does it bring all the boys to the yard? Tell me more.
You know who used to actually describe it really well? Old richest man in the richest man in Tasmania.
Well, yeah.
He used to explain the dollar milkshake theory actually quite well, I remember.
Yeah, because he's like a real cum guzzler.
He does. He likes slurping down the cream. That's for sure. So I'm sure he looked into that dollar milkshake theory. I'm not really familiar with it, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how he found time, because when you're spending that much time driving around in an awesome Subaru hatchback, I mean, you're pretty much doing that all day long. You'd not want to stop driving that thing. And
well, that's right. And
you know how I'm a tour around Europe. I bet Alex just used to lap around Tasmania in that hatchback.
So is the thick shake? Is the suit? Is the whatever?
Basically, well, it's to do with the money printing, of course.
Yeah, well, it's basically that all money has to pass through the American dollar, and that's why it's.
Well, that's the world. That's the world.
That's
reserve
how the world
currency at
works.
the
Like, if
moment.
you got Australian dollars and you want Swedish,
And I think what like Richard was actually alluding to is that we'll still have cash as king for quite some time. So, don't get
Hey, Ash.
It's not all beer and skittles in crypto land, is it?
Actually, uNrekt, I came up with. I know what's going to happen. Like they're going to keep printing because they can't stop. They're going to get to a point where they can't pay. They're going to debase their money so much that they can't pay their policemen and their army people to protect them. And at that point, that's when they get stuffed because they haven't got people they can pay to protect them.
Yes. Well,
Can I just speak to this comment from Ash? I cannot in good conscience, convince your wife's 89-year-old nonna to stake 5555, unless she's from Sardinia, because they live for ages. They live live to 120 or something.
She's 104 years old.
Because that would assume that she's going to live to 105, 104.
Oh, by the way, remind me after this stream to tell you guys about something I found on GitHub, which is a tool that you guys will use. And I'll speak to you guys about it after the stream. And then if you guys think it's a good idea to mention it, I'll mention it on next stream.
Oh, okay.
But I want to see.
You don't want to accidentally shield something that is.
Yeah, I need to hear what you guys.
Well, we can talk in broader terms, but look, obviously we had. Jexxa's not here tonight. I haven't heard from Jexxa. He's obviously busy doing something else, and family comes first. That's what we've always said on the show, and it's just us having a chat anyway. And whilst we're broadcasting on the World Wide Web, look, you gotta get your priorities in life order. Work out what you want to do.
Well, he said, I think Jexxa said that his internet connection was playing up.
Okay.
I think I saw a message somewhere.
We might be stuffed on the Oracle a week, so that means that I just hold my title for another week. So that means that I'm 2 ahead of you, day 43, and the rest of you are like a notch down.
I don't think I've ever got a single.
I've been nowhere near.
Because I know I'm not going to win this week because I said 35 cents.
I said 14.
Yeah. So
no, Jexxa. Jexxa, you can tell us.
He's trying to fix.
He's in the Jexxa. You're in the chat, so maybe that you can still help us do the Oracle of the Week thing. Yeah.
His PC stuff up, is it?
But anyway, what else? What else, gentlemen?
$2.3 million sacrifice. Did you see that this week? $2.3 million sacrifice, pulse sacrifice.
No.
Get out.
No.
Get out.
Yep.
Oh.
$2.3 million.
Dollar or hex?
Dollars.
Are you serious? That's so much trade. That's unless you're holding for a good 5 years. Something like that.
What is it all?
Hey, hang on. You think because it's only a 200x penalty? What? Hang on. I say only a 200x penalty, but that's not a 5-year hold.
Yeah, I guess maybe if it goes to 10,000x in a year or 2 years, then
oh, hang on.
What's the rate? Is it 150x
I've just given
now?
some misinformation. Apparently, it wasn't a sacrifice. See, this is why. Can I just say this is why you should never listen to anything I ever say and take it seriously.
Dudes on the internet, do your own research.
Who just corrected you? Someone in the chat.
Someone said it was.
No, it's just Richard cashing out. That's right. I remember that now.
It can't be a swap. Pulse doesn't exist.
No, hang on.
It's just someone swapping some
baseline.
Stuff.
Did I hear it right or not? I need some chat. You guys are our resource right now. Go to the internet.
Like an OTC swap.
No, it was just someone. It's just the Hex, the Pulse wallet, the Pulse Sacrifice wallet, swapping ETH for USDC or something.
Oh,
right.
So it's just RH converting some of it.
$2.1 million. between assets. Okay.
Yeah, so he's
because I was about to say that rate by now would be at least 150 times less, right?
More.
I mean, one of his comments on the last stream was that he's got so much capital now that he doesn't know. It's hard to actually like make it work for him. Like it's.
He should buy Hex.
Yeah, yeah. RH, just buy a bit of Hex.
Hang on,
but like, interesting, like problem to have, hey? Like he can't. He's got so much, he just doesn't know how to deploy it.
I think he'll know how to deploy it, bro. I'm sure.
Well, you go back. I think that's what he was saying though. He's like, it's work to deploy it. Like,
yeah,
how you do it as well. Like, what do you do with it and stuff? You know, I was looking at sort of someone do a thing on Bill Gates and how he just controls media, and he spends like about $1 billion a year or something like that on controlling the media. And I was thinking, why doesn't RH just do that? Just buy up, just start buying media companies, buying like.
Holy crap! You're right. You
can out money to like institutions.
Buy freaking CNN and just have it talking about Hex 24/7.
No expectations from the work of others. It's not like no forward statements about the price of Hex either. Jexxa J.
I'm not sure how I'll go. I think my PC might be lagging a bit.
Now you're good, Jexxa.
I can't see.
So here we are on the Hex Late Show. Everyone out there in YouTube land, and we're talking about it's a little bit of a ad hoc night tonight, isn't it? There's nothing.
I'll tell you,
just bouncing around on the channel.
There's one thing you guys haven't discussed, which I picked up. I don't know if you.
Yep.
So good. Richard made a passing comment. He said something about getting listed by a company that is one of the world's largest crypto visa processors. I'm probably screwing that up a little bit, but that was what he alluded to.
Is that the crypto.com?
Is that the crypto.com one?
Yeah. So this is after the DeFi wallet announcement that we've seen. He made. So this was on his last stream. It might have even been after he finished with the poker guys. He's done a couple lately, so it was either after the poker guys or what was the one he done before that? He done another one in between as well, didn't he?
Dave Hughes.
Yeah, it might have been after the Dave Hughes one. That's right. And he just made some throwaway comment that no one really picked up on, I don't think. And he just said, "Oh, it looks like it's going to get listed by one of the largest crypto card issuers or something like that."
Speaking of those interviews, I actually thought the questions that those guys asked in the other interview, so the non-Houston interview, were really, really good. I thought, it's pretty rare that people ask legitimate, hard-hitting questions. And I'm always assumed that Richard would have an answer to them, but most of the people that query Hex haven't looked into it deeply enough to actually ask some of the nuanced points. Most people are they're stuck on the old things that have been like myth busted a million times over. Just the first thing that people think of when they first see the structure.
Like, where's the ETH go?
Yeah. People are still on that level one. Where's the ETH, Richard?
But those guys, they're Hexicans though, aren't they?
These guys were asking legit questions. That was legit.
Sure. I thought they were already Hexicans, and I swear that he's had a chat with them once before as well.
So they did a video. No, they did a video about Hex.
Some of the people in the group are, but I think they're not. They haven't bought it yet.
Well, I guess this isn't technically a Hex question; it's more of a Pulse question. But I just remember when they said that shit about, they asked him straight up about how the impact of the large sacrifice that happened at the end of the sacrifice phase that is going to drastically skew the centralization of the holding or whatever, and how that could impact the node decentralization.
Well, that's excellent. That's excellent. excellent for all of New Zealand.
Potentially cause no centralization.
Yeah, no,
Well,
that
you know what's
I can't remember the younger guy. He was really switched on. Like he's done a lot of research and really intelligent questions. And yeah, no, they're both. Yeah, like I said, they've both done a bit of digging around.
And what I liked is that they asked them in a respectful way. It wasn't like, oh man, this is going to be wrecked because of this, and this will never work because of that, and like the typical kind of like hater delivery of the question. It was just an honest, genuine consideration and query on certain aspects of things.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you'll find
Just,
they are hexagons, but
You got to ask the question.
probably. I would say they probably are. But just going back to that crypto.com thing, that one thing that happened last week that I noticed is all my basketball buddies were like, hey, they just asked me, they're like, hey, did you see like that crypto.com is now sponsoring, it's now the Staples Center is like crypto.com.
Yeah.
It's in Los Angeles. They've got their own stadium, a bit like what FTX did in Miami.
That's pretty big.
Crypto.com.
That's pretty big
stadium
for crypto.
In LA. Yep. That's the home of the Kings and
they're sponsoring UFC as well, crypto.com.
So
and UFC and F1 as well.
So crypto. I mean, the NBA has taken on the whole NFT thing for like their basketball card, like what they see as the evolution of basketball cards, right? Like owning a clip or whatever, and there's like a clip, so that's sort of their angle, and they're going with that. So I don't particularly like it at all. I think it's rubbish.
You just reminded me that someone on Pirate Bay.
Oh yeah,
they downloaded every NFT and made it a torrent file on Pirate Bay, and the description just says, "I downloaded literally every NFT, so you can download it, share it, and just to demonstrate how ridiculous this is." Like it was something like that, but it was even better worded than that. It was awesome.
God bless you.
It was so,
God bless you. Hey, I love it.
It was so awesome. I'll find it so I can get the wording. It was so awesome.
More people realise that all that
shit's ridiculous. Every single NFT that exists, and it was like it's huge, but it proves the point that it's just like ridiculous.
Well, Bluey and me were talking to Crypto Kool-Aid on Saturday night, and we did it on stream. It was on stream, and he was talking about like what NFTs are actually going to be good at. So if you're interested in hearing that, you can go listen to that stream. But he said
it's very vague. But he says.
But he was saying that it's going to have nothing to do with like JPEGs. Like what NFTs are actually going to be good at is going to have nothing to do with JPEGs whatsoever. It's going to be something else altogether.
Yes, that's
right.
I
don't know.
That's right.
I don't know anything about
Merkle
NFTs.
tree. The Merkle tree. The lovely internet Merkle tree. Can we talk about that one?
Yeah, I think NFTs are able to have a function. It's just these particular NFTs. So I should have said art NFTs. It's the art NFTs that are ridiculous. That it's like the I own a JPEG on the internet is ridiculous.
But that's not, NFTs, it's inherently this limiting of what you can do with it.
I think there'll be financial. There will be financial.
We have a hater. Yes. Questioning NFTs, but invest in X. Goddamn right, mate. Goddamn right.
Yeah. I would do more. I would actually go harder on that, and I would say I don't just question NFTs. I shit on NFTs, and I don't just invest in Hex. I go balls deep.
That's right.
I would actually escalate that comment in both directions, and it's still true.
Yeah. Hey, we got a super chat. Look at that. What do we got? Mark Wahlberg does Crypto.com commercial that played before the new Ghostbusters. Saw it with my kids on this weekend. Well, and I don't know if you've got the app on your phone, but like Crypto.com's been pumping it. It was like
these guys are going
13, 14 cents. It's up to like
Hex is on that train.
Nearly $1.
Hex is going to bet all the money that Crypto.com is spending on all of these advertising campaigns. Hex benefits because when people go to that platform,
Precisely.
Hex is on that platform
for the super chat.
So we're getting that indirect. Love from all of this money being spent.
That's right. All ships in a rising tide, as they say, and especially if you've got the triple audited security and just the sense of well-being that you get from holding Hex and staking
We're still not on their exchange. We're just
that's
don't worry about that.
That's what it sounds like Rich was alluding to, though. That was what was coming down the track. I'm going to go back and dig out that clip when I get a chance because it was just a throwaway comment that everyone's just sort of glossed over.
But we like glossing over things. We like shiny things and glossy things, don't we? In crypto,
if there's any legitimacy to that comment, that's massive. That is going to be huge because that is Crypto.com is the gateway for a lot of new investors as well, like guys that are just coming into.
Have any of you guys?
Have any of you guys at the moment with the fees?
Have any of you guys used the Crypto.com card?
I've got the virtual card because they've got a hold on issuing the physical cards at the moment in Asia Pacific, and I don't know whether
I've got the physical card.
Yeah, so you must have had that for a while though, Tangent.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so at the moment you just can't get the physical cards, and I was waiting for like 2 months, and then they said, "Oh, we can now issue you a virtual one," which is okay, but it's a bit useless. You can only use it online for things.
Oh, you can't use it on your phone to pay it?
No, it's not. It's not like a tap and go sort of thing. It's just use the numbers to enter it online for online purchases and things.
But you could probably do over the phone as well, right?
You can do all anything where you're not physically tapping the card.
Anything where you don't require the actual physical card.
Yeah.
So with the physical card, Tangent, can you pay for a coffee?
Like literally anywhere where there's an FBOS machine. It's either I think it's a Visa card. It counts as a Visa Platinum card. So anywhere spend with a Visa card, you can use that card.
So you
can basically literally buy anything with it.
And what are the fees like and stuff?
I haven't actually looked at the fees in terms of like I don't think there's any fees for you as the purchaser when you make a purchase. There's obviously fees when you convert to crypto, maybe, but I just haven't looked into it. I mean, it's obviously going to be negligible.
And you have to hold Crow. Like you have to buy Crow and hold it, yeah?
Crypto.
Yeah, you do. You have to lock it up depending on the level that you want to apply for.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you the difference between this card and a card I used to have. I had a 10x card, and the way that worked is you would load it up with crypto, and then you would tell it which crypto you want to be the funding source, and every time you made a purchase, it would convert whatever the crypto was into dollars, so in terms of taxable events, it was like a taxable event every time you purchase something, whereas with the Crypto.com, it with crypto, but then you could like batch convert your crypto into Singaporean dollars, and obviously it'll be a different currency depending on the regions that you're in. But for us, we get Singapore. It's a Singapore bank that does out like Asia Pacific, and so you convert your crypto into Singaporean dollars. So the accounts are separate. Your crypto account and the card account. And so you can actually run out of money on the card while you've still got crypto and sell the crypto into Singaporean dollars. You can buy shit again. So it's a little bit, there's pros and cons. Like it's a little bit annoying because you've got to remember to keep topping the card up with the crypto that's there. Also, it means that you can't be exposed to the appreciation of the crypto asset for the amount which has already been funded. But from a taxable event point of view, it's actually a lot better because you're getting less taxable events because you can convert like $1,000 or $5,000 into Singaporean dollars. That's one taxable event, and then spend until you almost run out of money, top it up again.
Oh yeah.
So it's really good.
Yeah.
It's good. And I think the reason why 10x got shut down, I don't think that's going to happen. I think the regulatory risk of these crypto credit cards being shut down now that Visa and MasterCard have already shown they're bending the knee to crypto. Banks have said that they want to get involved in crypto, that sort of thing. I don't think there's going to be as much sort of regulatory aggression against companies that are offering these services.
Well, what happened to 10x?
I think their banking relationship deteriorated or got removed because obviously, you know, sometimes a bank will just take a hard stance against crypto at some point. Like that used to happen infrequently, irregularly, just like random in the past. Whereas now I just think that risk is a lot lower. It's not zero, but I just don't think that that's likely to happen. So I think for anyone who wants to be able to spend their crypto, particularly because HEX is crypto.com's funding sources, I think is a good idea. And the sooner you do it, because there's quite a long waiting period, you might as well do it straight away, get in line. And the way you do it, there is a free card where you don't have to lock up anything at all. So if you're unsure, you can just apply for that one. It's like a blue one. And then there's a $500 one, a $5,000 one, a $50,000 one, and a $500,000 one. But remember, it's not a payment, it's a lockup, with the risk being that if those tokens fluctuate aggressively in price, you wouldn't really want like $500,000 locked up in some crypto. And then if we go into a bear market, you're just going to get absolutely smoked.
It's a hard lock as well. You can't get them out for that duration.
Yes. It's an even harder lock than HEX, if that's even possible. Is that you don't even have the option to unlock it with a penalty. It's done. Like once it's locked, it's locked. But something interesting that I found out recently, which is quite good, is if you lock up for one of the cards, and then the price of that CRO goes up high enough for you to be eligible for one of the other cards, you can just click relock, and it starts the timer again. But you can get the benefit of the price appreciation in terms of how much you need to lock for the next level up. I know this is starting to sound like a freaking pyramid scheme, like a Ponzi scheme. It's like you level up to the next level, but the point is that
and what do you
because the locks are always in dollar value, not in numbers of tokens. So if the token goes up in price, the amount of dollars worth of token that you need to lock stays the same. So for example, if you're locked for the $500 card and then that token did a 10x, then you can just click the lock button at no added expense. You don't need to buy any additional tokens. You just lock and you just relock and you get the next card above, which is pretty cool.
And you get
can I just say, I don't know why. I do not know why, but I'm so not interested in any of these crypto credit card things. They do not interest me at all. For what I don't know why. I feel like I should be interested in them, but I'm just totally not. It almost feels like it's no. I'm not interested in them because it feels like I'm having to compromise ideals when it comes to like what crypto's about.
Oh yeah, because it's not truly peer-to-peer. You're not actually paying the merchant with crypto. You're using the Visa
making
payment
a deal
rail.
with the devil. Making a deal with the devil. You know?
Look, it's got pros and cons. It demonstrates to Visa that there is demand for cryptocurrency to be involved. You know what I mean? So I agree with you. Purists would say that this is not good enough, and it's because you can still get your shit turned off. You can be censored and that sort of thing because if Visa decides to censor you as an individual, they can still censor your ability to pay. So it's not quite crypto payment in the way that we want it to be in an ideal sense. Yeah. However, I think it's
just such a massive education process to
Shout out to Hex Kong. What's going on, Hex Kong? $5 super chat.
So
I hope you're doing amazing as well, mate.
We have had a lot of people banging on in the chat about the Binance tweet. Have we had a chat about that?
Yeah.
No, what's up? Tell us about it.
They had hex symbol in one of their things, hey?
Yeah, so either they're trolling hard or there might be
They're
something.
trolling.
They're not trolling.
I don't think they would. So a month or so ago, we had a little bit of an indication or a signal that there might be some hex pairs getting listed when someone had brought up some of the back end.
Oh, yeah.
Inspect on a web page or something like that. I can't remember where they pulled that data from. And then we've just had this tweet come out where they said, "What was it? Choose your song," and it was like a jukebox with half a dozen coin. What do you call them? Bloody icons on there. Hex being one of those.
Do we get to vote?
Tick a symbol.
Well, I think it was like a Twitter vote. You know how they just wanted to engage with everyone. So either it was engagement bait, or there's some legitimacy behind it. But time will tell. But
I'll take that bait.
Yeah. Oh, look, at worst, if it was engagement bait, Hex got out in front of eyeballs that would have been following that tweet. So
correct. It's like it's Richard said it right. It's a two-way street, and so the only time you don't want to do it is if the other person's got really low follower sense. It's good. Like they've got high follower count. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So it's not really in their interest to troll the Hex community for no good reason. I wouldn't think if they're against having it on page one of CoinMarketCap, why would they?
Do you think it's maybe that they've got a whole lot of people working at Binance who are kind of Hex fans, and they're the sort of the lowly people who are, doing these kind of like doing the advertising makeup, you know what I mean? And like that other person we saw who put those tweets out and who was obviously fired or something like that. And it's like maybe it's just like their employees are kind of trolling their bosses.
Could be.
I think someone's going to lose their job, man. If that's what's going on.
Maybe they're Hexagon, so they don't give a shit.
Someone's just said, why would they create a hex pair when CMC isn't ranking it correctly yet? So maybe they needed to get their shit together before they go advertising it.
I mean, maybe
Richard replied to that tweet, by the way.
Do you reckon they would have sacked, like maybe CZ sacked during the sack phrase, and he's planning on getting a big bag of Pulse so that they can, list all of their stuff and blah blah.
He's going to get a big bag of Pulse anyway, isn't he?
Can we zoom in? Sorry, mate. Can I? Do you want me to put that up?
Do you want to do that? That's
why would he get a big bag, Jexxa?
So it's logo. It's logos only.
Yeah, I was being a bit flippant, Bluey, but he would get
shit. Don't know what this one is, and that's rare for me to not know a logo. By the
way, Harmony.
Like very, except for this bottom one down here, I've got no idea what that is.
That's polka dot.
Yo, most of these coins are way shitter than Hex. But
they're all pretty well known ones.
Some of these are already listed on their exchange.
No, they're all well known coins, dude. It's Bitcoin, Ethereum. I can't see it from here. The Solana.
It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, Solana, Binance, Cardano, SHIB, Polkadot, Hex, XRP, Uniswap, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Monero, Tron, and this one that I don't know.
Is that the Harmony? No.
Oh no, I don't
see it.
I don't think so. Can you guys still not see that, even though I've made it full screen?
It's just me. It's the way I've got my screen.
It's like it kind of looks like a fucked up infinity.
Is that the Definity?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is.
Right. I've no. Yeah.
So this is weird that like most of these are already on their exchange, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I'd say almost all of them are on Binance already,
except Hex. Huh.
That's what's saying in the comments, that they're all listed except for Hex.
Interesting.
Huh. Yeah. Hex Kong, you could be right. They're just dipping their toe in the water to see what sort of pushback they get. But hey, they'll list any old other shit, so does it really matter?
I mean, it gets you so much attention. It gets you so much attention when you do anything Hex, because we're all over Twitter and everything, hey?
Yeah, I don't think they're
this
afraid
will
to
annoy me if they list Hex now, because I've abandoned their exchange with both my accounts because when they did KYC.
Actually, did you
not because I had anything to hide, just purely out of revolt, like to indicate to them that I was not happy with that decision. I removed all my funds from my bot account and my main account.
I don't think they've got they've got no choice.
I'm not going back, even if they list Hex.
But did you also see that what Emma tweeted out, that she got an email from Binance and they were calling themselves Binantians or Binanicans or something like that?
I think that's been around for a while.
No, I think that's just new. I think that she's right that it's copying hexagons. Like they're copying that kind of like we see all of these other ones copying the shark, all the different sea creatures. Like I think Celsius were doing they were copying all of it or something, weren't they? And
yeah, there's a few of them. Yeah,
like so hexagons are kind of like that's where the real kind of virality kind of starts. All of these terms, and that's where the real organic kind of stuff happens. And then these people, these marketers are looking at that, and they're going to copy it, aren't they? Because that's what they do.
Hey, did you guys see Cabana's show?
Yeah.
What happened?
Cabana Crypto, ladies and gentlemen, on a Saturday morning or a Friday.
I was a bit of a shit
at
show.
The happy hour, so it's about 4 to 5. Somewhere in the afternoon where it was a happy hour and they're all having a jolly old time over there. And that was a cracker of an episode, the last one. I saw that.
Check it out.
Somebody had to step up and get regulatory clarity in the wild, wild fucking West. Hello. So, I mean, stop being that. You're trying to keep whatever. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna shut up. Like, do your thing. Like, I'm gonna be cool, but like, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Don't downplay me like I don't. And if you want like to learn anything about NFT projects and all of these things, I'm not talking about trading.
The U.S. government kicked out XRP. They're working with the fucking Chinese now.
I know.
Like,
what are you talking about?
XRP has just become a currency. It's become their version of a transact in order with all the South Asian countries now. It's not even anything with the United States anymore. It's literally just a Chinese and South Korean coin. Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, have your XRP back? Jesus.
You don't know all of the deals. It's not about collecting XRP right now. XRP underdog. Do you think Rosie Rios would back Ripple? Rosie Rios, she signs a $100 bill, motherfucker. Rosie Rios, do you think she would join Ripple? Rosie Rios. Oh my God.
I'll look it up on Google.
What are we talking about?
Motley's gonna go.
The U.S. Treasury, the United States.
I can't understand you.
Okay, all right.
I'm out of here. Fuck this, dude. I'm sorry, Cabana, dude. I am losing. Like, dude, I am trying right now so hard.
I'm
I really respect.
I'm gonna shut up. It's your show.
But my fucking hurts.
No, you don't go. You don't go. I'm sorry. You're no G.
You don't go. You stay. You stay or you scam.
I'm gonna smoke there, guys. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna smoke there and take a time out. I came in here with a fucking unicorn and cried once. I'm gonna let that go. I did. I
That was the greatest unintentional comedy I've seen in so long.
Come on, DCC.
No, how good? Just DCC's reaction there was just so
Jesus
funny.
Christ.
He just couldn't deal with it. He just couldn't hack it. Hey, I just want you to. I just want to zoom in. Check this out. Right. Check out this part here. This is just one part of it. Look at his reaction.
Regulatory clarity in the wild, wild fucking West. Hello. So I mean, stop being that. You're trying to keep whatever. Like, I don't know.
Yo, while this. You guys are going to have to give me the context of that. Did they have freaking like an XRP person come on to the show?
Yeah, she's got like 14,000 Twitter followers.
14,000. So
they had her on, and she started talking about. She started talking about like her perspective on stuff, and I think it just like it blew a fuse in DCC's mind and his
He
reaction.
blew a gasket. He's like,
I'll tell you, I walked around with a massive grin on my face all day after seeing him do the cross on stream and just like look up. I was just laughing so hard, man. I just...
So does anyone know? I'm totally out of the loop here. Rosie Reels or whatever. Who the hell is that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's like some American cultural thing. I don't know.
Oh,
She signs $100 bills, yo.
Yeah.
It's like, get in line, motherfucker.
All right, check out this. This was another clip. This was hilarious as well. Check this out.
Oh, yeah, this one.
I feel like it's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on the pulses. Guys, have you guys made somebody do a 14 pulse? I'm telling you right now, I have never fucking gotten one other than myself. And I never checked my own pulse. But I know the only way it was with a fucking machine. And
Richard has one in his living room.
Okay,
yeah.
But
calls it the jackhammer.
He's busting on the jackhammer.
I forgot what it's called, but it's pretty heavy duty.
You say you've never had 14 pulses before, but have you been with a hexagon?
Oh, that's gold. Oh, that is. I love that. Hey, I'll tell you what, that is so good.
So guys, if you want to go watch that stream, that was Cabana Crypto on his channel. It's happy hour. It's probably a couple of days old now, 3 or 4 days old. It's his most recent stream. It is the greatest comedy stream I have seen ever.
Can we talk about that for a second? Can we just have a talk about that? Hang on. Was I seeing things then? What was Motley Investor like a cartoon character, or was it just me?
Yeah, he's got a filter. Like it's. I
was like looking at it going, I'm looking at a cartoon character, and it's like 6 people talking to each other, and like it's okay. So that's cool. He's got a filter. He's using one of those. Yeah. But
he loves playing with that shit.
Not to steal the limelight away from GENERX. I mean, she was quite attractive, I thought, and but yeah, it was a bit lit over there, wasn't it? A bit just bit of a blow off top over there at the Cabana Crypto Show, happy hour.
He's getting a bit of a reputation for that. He had that other one that went a bit sideways when we had the fund manager come on that time, and Richard ended up jumping on stream. Just we thought we thought we're gonna have a nice friendly have a chat with this guy and see if we could find some common ground, and he just came.
It was a shiller. He was
shooting from the hip straight away. Just went pear shaped from that point on.
Very entertaining.
But anyway,
it was good.
That was great stuff. It was great stuff, and that's what we need: a little bit of sensation, a little bit of bright in the morning, and it's a sunny day. Put a smile on, and out you go, isn't it?
Hey, uNrekt, can I just show this chart? It's like the one because you asked a question earlier, but basically you said how's the market as a whole going?
Yep.
And I use this is the chart I use for the temperature of the market as a whole. It's the total cryptocurrency market cap excluding Bitcoin. Ignore how bullshit it is because obviously it contains a whole bunch of coins that are just fake as fuck. But the point is that it gives you an idea of how bullish the sentiment is. And we are basically at all-time highs or retesting the previous all-time high right now. So I think this paints a very bullish picture for the market overall. And so most of the whinging and crying that you're getting at the moment is just people that can't handle minor dips. Like this is tiny, right? This is what's this pullback here? It's like less than a 20% dip. So it's absolutely nothing. And so I think the market overall is very bullish. And so that means that decreases my concern for any one coin that happens to be dipping at the moment,
Good analysis. Yeah.
Hey guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like and subscribe to Discourse Syndicate.
That's right.
Get the word out. Likes up there. Let's get those likes up there.
Getting eyeballs in front of Hex and getting it on there, and it's a financial life raft. It really is. Just treat it like a little savings plan. Put your money in over there. Just hodl it in, stake it for however long you feel like, and you'll earn some trustless interest, and that is a revolutionary thing. The synthetic stakes and shares mechanism of part of the game theory of HEX. It's wonderful, and highly recommend anyone who hasn't looked at HEX crypto, please do. It's all the information's available. Hexnoob.com is another one where you can get all your calculators and your statistics, and if you love to be like real, like a crypto nerd and get into all the number crunching and everything like that, then like you found your mecca. It's so good. Everything from the blockchain. There's no it's all just the good, honest, free market, I suppose, isn't it? It's what we really want is a free market.
How comforting is it to know that you're not exposing yourself to any middleman risk? Like the counterparty risk is completely removed with HEX. The keys are never outside of your control. It's just, I would not like, so actually I'm glad I stopped myself there. Say, for example, for anyone who had a large bag of any crypto, once your bag is large, you don't want it to be exposed to counterparty risk. So it's just brilliant. It's just absolutely brilliant. I don't think there's any other way that you can earn crypto without counterparty risk except for HEX.
Well, that's it. It's just it. It's like a game changer. It's like smash the lights out, Hail Mary all in one, and it's just like goal. It's so good. We love it. That's why we're here. That's why we talk about it. There's always so many things to talk about. All the people, the characters, the humor, the community, the memes, everything that goes on. It's wonderful to be a part of. We don't take any of it for granted. We always have a bunch of people from the HEX community that like to watch our show, but also we want to put the message out and tell all your friends and neighbours and family and people that you care about that maybe they should look at this as money for the future and a sounder money. It's better than the money that they're printing down there, and that's what I've found to be the facts.
So uNrekt, what's funny is when I started covering HEX, I was slightly worried that some people would be like, "Oh, altcoin, that's shilly or whatever, it's to be shilling an alt." And within the last 2 weeks, someone actually messaged me, I forget who it was, saying, "Hey man, I follow your channel," and it was someone I know in real life. They're like, "I actually follow your channel, and it's really good to see that you only shill like high quality coins like HEX and Bitcoin." And I was like, whoa, I never really thought that the opposite could occur, that I would actually gain respect for shilling an alt. You know what I mean? It actually surprised me.
I'll give you a perspective of people on the outside looking in. So I went down to the World Freedom March in Perth.
Oh yeah, I was there.
Yeah, it was a good turnout. I won't go into that, but yeah,
really good.
Yeah, really good. And I sat down for a moment. Thought I'd sit on a bench and just watch what was going on around me, and then this random dude just come up and sat next to me, and I think he said something to his missus about Bitcoin or something like that, and he turned to me and he said, "Oh, you're into crypto?" I said, rubbed my hands together, said, "Well," so went to have a chat to him, and he goes, "Oh, so you got like a whole heap of things?" I said, "Oh no, I've just pared it down. I've only got like one or two now." He goes, "Oh, so you're a BTC maxi like me, are you?" And I said, "Oh no, I don't actually have any BTC. So I've got HEX." And then he flipped and he was like, "Oh, you're one of those Richard Hart dudes." and I said, yeah. And he goes, "Oh, that's bullshit. What a load of shit and all that." And I said, "Oh, so that's cool, man. So what have you done all your research on? Like, tell me where you're getting your information." "Oh, I just I do it all myself." Like, and he has obviously done zero research on HEX at all. So he's just parroting what's out there, which is a shame. There's going to be a lot of people that miss this opportunity because they
get the fake narrative and they pick it up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so
that's the first thing they saw, or they think
that's right.
Must be right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I tried to have a conversation with him, but he was. I think he was a bit of a noob, to be honest. We couldn't really.
So he was a Bitcoin maxi.
Yeah, and I said, "Oh, so you're into the DeFi stuff and all that?" "Oh, no, I'm not touching that shit." Okay, so now I know what I'm dealing with here. So yeah, he was just pure Bitcoin maxi. Obviously, just getting information from what I would say is unreliable sources at best, and really, I think that highlighted the level of education. If he doesn't even know what the hell's going on in DeFi, then I don't think you really know what's going on in majority of crypto at this point.
Yeah.
You know,
DeFi is where it's at.
I still
That's a good
prefer
comment.
that than
Like that.
someone being a no-coiner. Like, I would rather someone at least be in crypto for their own benefit.
Yeah.
This is not for me. This is not like, I'm not saying better for me or better for us. I'm saying for their own financial future, I would rather someone just be involved in crypto to any degree.
Because that was my response when he said, no, I'm not touching that DeFi shit. And I said, oh man, you should. You might regret that in about 10 years. You should. That's something you should probably look at. But I don't think he's not seeing it as the way we see this space, which is, for me anyway, is I see this as a whole parallel finance system getting built that is where you want to be for your own self-sovereignty and securing your future. Whereas a lot of other people see it as, I can make some quick gains and it's too risky. I don't want to sort of stay in it. So just polar opposite points of view, I guess. But yeah, like I say, good to see that he was at least a coiner.
How was the rally?
Really good, mate. It was actually pretty special to see it.
There's tons of people, hey?
Tons of people, but people like just families. So young kids in prams, everything. So a good cross section of the community. It all come together from all walks of life. Totally peaceful, just standing up for what they believe in. It was
great cause.
Can I ask what was the cause?
Oh, the cause is about personal freedoms. Yeah, having the right to.
So not having to scan in places and show certificates and all that sort of stuff.
I think it's all down to the having the freedom to choose what you do with your body, and that's probably the crux of it, I guess. All these other shit that comes along. Yeah, that's all the other shit that comes along with it.
A mandated medical procedure.
So I don't want to turn this into a big political show, but it's basically just about personal freedoms and.
Share my screen for 2 seconds. I'm going to show you two protests that were on the same day.
I took a photo of that one too.
I took this after the march, so the crowd is actually fading out. So this was towards the end when the crowd was fading, and this was the anti-freedom protest, and. They had like between 20 and 50 people there. So there were global protests in both directions. One pro-freedom.
That anti-freedom protest looks like a screen grab out of Civilizations, where you've got like a small crew of people and you're building like a hut or some shit.
Yeah, dude. It was laughable. And you know what? I actually walked past this anti-freedom protest on the way in, and I didn't know what it was about. But they had about like 10 police officers there. And I thought, this is a disproportionately large number of police relative to the crowd size. And across the bridge was like, between 50 and 100,000 people with probably only just as many police-ish. And it's because they obviously perceived that this was the most likely occurrence for any sort of altercations to occur, was if there was a clash between these people, that they would need protection, because it would be like these 20 guys against like 70,000 people, But it was all peaceful. Nothing went wrong. This thing was pretty cool. It's like some kind of soldier thing.
Hey, I just want to do a quick shout out to the chat. We got Mango Junkie. We got Sweetheart Cindy. Seeing you guys around
Mango Junkie's legendary
on Twitter and that. And if you haven't been to Queensland, make sure you get up to the big pineapple, because we've gone off mangoes up here. We're on the pineapples now, and that's like the sweet sensation up here, sweet Cindy sensation.
Mangoes.
In the mining industry, a pineapple has a specific meaning. It's like a punishment for doing something wrong.
We got the big pineapple. No, what about a big pineapple?
Copying a pineapple is like
pineapple risk,
you're gonna get told off. Like,
the pineapple.
You've done something.
Really?
You've done something wrong. Like you've messed up.
I thought a
You've messed
pineapple.
up, and you're gonna get told off.
A pineapple's a $50 note as well.
Yeah, that's what I reckon, Dave 43. Pineapple's a $50.
Yeah, that's true. Pineapple.
No,
yeah.
it's up on the sunny coast.
What's the punishment?
No, you know what they did? They thought, what will make people come here? We'll build a big pineapple and put it on the side of the road, and that'll make people come here.
Bloobum. It's implying that you're going to get told off so hard that it's going to be like.
Yeah, it's like you get the prickly end of the pineapple. It's like you get
that's how hard you're going to get told off.
Mate. Like,
you're going to get rear-ended by a pineapple. Yeah, a copper pineapple.
You get the prickly end.
Hey,
sweet
sweetheart Cindy, that's a very nice thing to say. Sweetheart Cindy. Hey, anytime you want to, be on our thumbnail, I was watching when you were doing that thing with when you showed your swimsuit edition with Motley a couple of months ago. That was epic. So anytime you want to be our thumbnail person,
or come on the stream,
or come on stream, absolutely, anytime,
totally. And he's very lucky.
We kind of lost momentum with guests, but I guess it's not, it's not a thing. But we should maybe have some key guests.
We actually tried to tee up the guests, but the time in
we were actually going to have
time in the US. It's like
it's hard to get guests.
Yeah.
It's like Tangent. You've missed 3 or 4 streams due to the timing.
Yep.
So this is the pitch that we have to put to people. It's like, do you want to come on to our clown show here? You have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and just
to talk shit with us.
Yeah. It's
no expectation from look, hey, it's all about sort of spreading the awareness for Hex and the outbound messaging, isn't it? But also the great guests that we've had over the time we've been running the show. We believe it or not, we're on the 76th episode of the Hex Late Show, and not that I'm counting or anything. That's just happened.
Really?
Number.
Yep,
something like that.
Wow.
So we've been going for over a year. So well over a year.
What are we going to do for the 100th episode? We have to do something crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Although I guess that's still a long time away, isn't it?
Pineapples all round.
Gotta be pineapples and mangoes, and who knows? Who knows what was going to happen in the future?
We don't
make forward-looking statements about the jelly wrestling or the slippery slides and things like that, do we?
uNrekt. Speaking of outbound messaging, I actually, in my mailbox after the protest, I saw someone had left like a flyer promoting that freedom protest, and I was thinking the same thing could be done for Hex. Like this was just on like a scrappy piece of paper.
Yeah,
that it quickly just cut them up, and I think that side of thing actually grabs people's attentions more than like the glossy flyers. Glossy flyers, you're like, this is just junk mail, and you put it straight in the bin. But when it's something that's obviously been like hand cut, like printed by a person, people are like, what's this? It's like almost like a note. So
handcrafted.
I think that could work for Hex, actually. Letterbox drops of something that doesn't look like something that deliberately does not look like a glossy flyer. That's just short and to the point, that someone who's just like, what the hell is this? And reads it, just get that exposure.
Well, we can fix up the world. We can like change lives. We can make the world a better place by just, as you say, the people's freedom of choice. Tangent, like that's what
I just realized I would just not be able to do it in my area, because everyone that lives around me knows I've got a massive ass Hex banner out the front of my house. So if there was a letterbox drop anywhere in my suburb, they would be like, we know exactly who did this. And if they're not happy about getting unsolicited mail, my house is going to get egged. So I'm going to have to go a couple of suburbs over and start doing it there.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I don't know if in
Right.
other countries it's a thing, because I think in America they do toilet papering, right? Paper someone's house. But over in Australia,
on a trick or treat.
the old egging is that's a
Oh,
thing.
the egging. Oh, yeah. But some bloody mongrels threw eggs at my house once, and yeah, it was really hard to get off. It was one of those. It was like brick. It was one of those McMansions, and it was like a brick, and the egg just splattered on the brick, and I heard it when they went past and threw it. Ah ha ha! Poosh, egg smashed on the wall, and then
Yeah, it's
got
hard
out
to
there
get
with,
off.
with a hose. It stayed there for years.
Hey,
Anyway.
tangent. How's this comment
Especially if
for
it
your?
dries.
I like this comment for. That's probably in relation to you having
Straight
your
offset.
hex. Having your hex banner
I've
at the front of
explained
your
this
house.
before. I've explained this before. People think that they can go on Google Maps, like Google Street View, and find my house. They can't, because the banner is not facing the street. So, like, as in, you can view it if you're walking down the street. You'll absolutely see this banner, but the view that one of those Google cars does, because it's perpendicular to the street, not see that banner. So no one can do like an online search. You'd have to actually go driving around the streets of Perth to try and find my shit.
We don't encourage that. No, well, that's right. It's like, come on, we're out here just putting we're doing this out of the goodness of our hearts. This is a community service and an outbound messaging thing. And look, you know, we all sort of like, you know, value our time together and having these conversations and sharing the expertise. But like, you know, it's no one. But you got, I mean, like all that OPSEC stuff, you got to account for that, because there are people out there that don't have the same, I don't know, integrity and character that the Hexicans do. So that's what it's about. What else? What else we talking about? But yeah, like I said, just got to protect yourself. Don't trust anyone.
Don't trust, verify.
Yes.
What's your Jexxa? We didn't get your perspective on the you know, the 24 hex daily payout. The whether that was a hack or what you thought on that.
Yeah, so I've got to be honest. I haven't drilled right down into the account. I've been head down, bum up, doing a few other things. But it looked like, and happy for you guys to educate me here as well. So obviously there was a massive amount of end stakes. Once they end staked, I think there was a pool of about 18 mil liquid. Am I right in saying that? Or we're not too sure. Mine,
I think left over.
Yeah. And do you guys know whether all that got market dumped?
No, it didn't. Only one or two went to Weth.
Yeah.
Shout out to Freddie Quotes in the chat.
That's the first time we've ever seen on a hack everything not just get transferred straight away.
Yeah, so maybe it wasn't a hack.
I don't know.
And also because they didn't emergency end stake everything. Like they still got 41,000 t-shirts or something.
Yeah.
So it's a good day for the staking class, you might say, yesterday.
Apparently it's a Hexican we all know, and they will be interviewed today by Maddie.
Wow.
Really?
And it was a hack. Wow. Oh,
really?
Wait,
wow.
That is hard.
The comments, I'm going to go and watch that just for the comments. The comments are going to be madness.
Oh.
Wow.
So,
there you
but
go.
what I don't understand is why is it not all? I guess it just started to cost too much to end stake or something, was it?
18.
Well, maybe they realised that they were nuking the further ones out, were getting zero. They were all going back into
Then why wasn't it market?
So it was a waste of ETH.
Maybe they're just waiting for the price to go up.
So now it's like there'll be a standoff now. They'll be like, well, who's going to end stake
Have they
first?
sold any? Have they sold any of it?
Just one or two. Where?
Yeah, so maybe they're like, I've got a little bit of money, and now I'll just wait until the price goes up, and I'll sell the rest.
Yeah, maybe that sounds about right. Day 43. Again, gee whiz.
I was hoping it was.
It's probably the biggest fear of any Mexican that has, you know, like it doesn't.
It's
So the
awful to see
Marine
that
Life
happen.
were able to use WMDs. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. What I don't, and a lot of people have said this, and I've got to agree. Like, if you've got that big a bag, you need to be sorting your shit out. Like
man.
So if anyone's out there that hasn't got their shit together and has got that amount of or even not even anywhere close to that amount of hex, if they've got a reasonable bag or any bag at all, get your shit together, guys. Like, this shouldn't be happening. Like, it's not that hard to look after your shit in crypto. It really isn't.
Yo, it's it's possible that these people are like these people might have bought their hex so early that to them it's not the investment that they made was small, so now it's massive. So what I'm saying is their mindset never upgraded with the size of the bag. Like, so their mindset stayed as like, I invested
Cost me-
$5,000 or like
cost me
$1 grand or
20 grand
something.
or something.
Sure,
like that,
but
yeah.
surely you've got to, like, that's a slap with a fish in the face. Like, you can, like, that should wake you up and you go, oh man, I've got literally hundreds of millions of dollars.
Life-changing amounts of wealth.
Yeah, secure your seed phrase.
Like, so how much? So what? Roughly, what was the percentage split between what got what was penalties and what got retained?
I can't. I don't have it all in front of me, but the penalties were. I thought they were in like the 400 mil or something, wasn't it? It was huge.
Massive.
It was massive. It was. Yeah, it was huge. I think Silver's in the chat.
You guys know what the
Silver the antidote. See you, Silver the antidote. Left a comment there for us.
Damn, 400 mil.
That's
I could be wrong on that. I'm just, like I said, I haven't.
To do with the hack. The hack reckons he's going on the Matty show. Is that true? Or is that clickbait?
No, I think that's true.
Looks legit. Looks legit.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Guys, that's insane. That's almost $500 million.
That's a lot of humility. If it was a hack or if it was a mistake, and he is going on Matty's show, that shows a lot of courage.
Man,
that's what I'm saying. The comments are going to be brutal.
Yeah, I'd be in the fetal position still if I lost that much money.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, he's still got heaps of money. I mean, he's still rich. So
guys,
you're a glass half full kind of guy, aren't you, Bluey?
That's 41,000 t-shirts. Come on.
You know who would be laughing? Oh wait, no, Richard's not staked. Oh damn. So man, I guess. Damn. Anyone staking is.
And someone asked before if they think we should hold on to Hex and wait for the fork, or if we should just stake it. That's a really good argument, just to stake that shit, because anyone who was liquid didn't get that massive payout.
That's right. You know what? I had a funny feeling that the market was just going to keep ticking along, and I put a big bag. I had all my liquidity sitting there. I thought, it's doing nothing. I'll just stake it. Like day before, I was like, thanks for that.
You know the strategy I think is worth doing. Like, obviously fees need to be considered, but you work out the minimum amount of time that you perceive that you would want to sell in. You multiply that by 2, and you stake for that long. Because even if you end up wanting it at the halfway point, you can just get it with no penalty. Like, as in, as long as you serve the half, it's like the same as if you just left the
calculation.
You'd give up a lot of. You'd give up a lot of interest, though.
But if
but you don't care, because you're only comparing it to if you had held it liquid.
I see what
you get what I'm saying. Like, so I'm saying this is for people who are keeping their stuff liquid. You can break even against a liquid hold at the halfway point, so you can actually multiply your perceived length by 2.
But say for example, that's only for 180 days. Tangent it has to be 180 days.
6 months. Is it 180 or it's 90?
Oh, that's right. There's that minimum as well.
There's a minimum of 90 days. So if you do that for shorter, then you'll get disproportionate penalties if you do shorter stacks.
So if people are strategizing about the Pulse launch, like waiting for it for whatever reason, then that thing that I just said, that strategy doesn't work, because you know that's going to be in under 90 days, I hope.
Oh, here,
that's right. Longer pays better.
PulseChain's going to be here. PulseChain's going to be here in less than 90 days. Tangent's called it.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll stand by that.
You'd think.
Yo. That is February. If PulseChain does not launch within 90 days, I won't be around to
we'll have forgotten.
To have people say that I was wrong about it.
Yeah.
Because I will literally end it. If it is not here in 90 days, I'm out. I'll be so upset. I will just end it.
Well, we hope you don't have to do that, Tangy, because we love you having on the show.
So yeah, guys,
You know,
guys, get everyone get
our,
onto Richard. Just be like, you need to save Tangent's life. If you do not,
don't make any outlandish claims, and we don't make any.
Guys, I'm joking.
Yeah. Let's not joke about serious shit. That's some serious shit. Let's not joke about that.
I'm trying to demonstrate how serious I am about PulseChain needing to launch within 90 days. I am actually. I want it to sound that serious because that's how serious I am.
Good. Yeah, me too. Oh, we all desperate for the PulseChain.
Yep.
Cannot wait.
Okay,
I love a good 14 pulses. I think I've got
this bull market
right now. I've got to go and have one.
This bull market is ticking.
Yeah, that's true.
And we cannot have. You know what I mean? It needs to launch before the end of this bull.
Yeah. You want to get a good launch off before all the heat's gone out of the market.
Yeah.
But hey, do you think it's going to be as bad as every other time? Do you think now that there's more economic energy in everything other than Bitcoin? I think we had a chat about this before.
Yeah. I think it will have an impact, but maybe not to the degree that some people are saying.
Yep.
What dips do you reckon we're going to get, guys? When we really get the bear market, what dip are we going to get from all-time high?
Oh well, okay. NFTs are going to go to zero. Like art NFTs are going to go to zero. Regular alts,
wrecked.
Somewhere between down.
How much?
Blue chip
How
projects. So NFTs straight to zero. NFTs straight to zero. Most alts between 80 and 100% loss. Blue chip cryptos like Bitcoin and others probably down by between 60 to 80, and Hex flat or up.
Yeah, baby.
That is my legit. That's legit. I'm not messing around. That is legitimately my prediction for what is going to happen in the bear. That's my best.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't know, guys.
Yes. I've been saying that shit for a year, man. I've been saying that shit for a year. I think that's
first of all, things are starting to pivot into having liquidity against USDC. Like you see AVAX pumping at the moment. And part of that reason is because most of the liquidity is against USDC. And the thing is that what we saw last time when Bitcoin dumped is it just takes a number of weeks when people realize why the fuck would I want to hold USDC long term? And so they start buying crypto again. So I can see a similar thing happening. Maybe there is a big dump, but then just give it a few months and it's straight back up there because we know that USDC is going to lose value over time. That's the only thing that you can be sure of.
Yep. I've definitely drunk the Kool-Aid on fiat currencies are basically always going down. So you need a strategy to not be exposed too much for too long to fiat currencies.
Yeah, cool stuff. So we're going to do the Oracle of the Week, boys and girls.
Hang on. You've thrown that on. Hang on. Give me a second. I've got to get that working.
While you're doing that,
have a little chat. Yep.
I did a little calculation. So that daily payout was 24-ish hex. So I've taken 5.75 off that. So the actual amount that was the actual amount that was above and beyond what the normal daily payout was 18.5 ish. So if you multiply that by the amount of T share, that's per T share payout. So if you multiply that by the amount of T shares there are, it's about 200 million hex payout in penalties for that one thing.
One day.
So basically it was 4 times higher payout. It was a 4x payout day.
At least 4x, yeah.
Yeah. Damn. And it was the last highest was I think 13-ish. So if you take out what the daily payout back then was,
Do you guys think that the comments in that video when he interviews with Maddie, do you think the comments are going to be primarily savage, calling him an idiot, or thanking him for the mad payout, or just
I don't think people are calling him an idiot.
Well, majority of the comments.
It'll be sympathy. If he's got the guts to go on and say,
I think Mexicans are better than that. Yeah.
tell his mistake.
Yeah, I think
All right,
they're
let's
gonna
find
be-
out.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to be a real arsehole to go on there and just call him an idiot when the guy's paid you money. You know what I mean? Like not only is the guy like going out there to help people and say, look, don't make the same mistakes I made. I'm assuming that's gonna be the whole, that's gonna be the stream.
And stuff happens in life, guys. Like the scammers are really good for a reason. They hone their craft, and sometimes like I don't know if you've ever been scammed, but sometimes you're being scammed and you still kind of go along with it. Like they're very good at manipulating people's behavior. Or it just could be a straight out, they stole it. Like in uNrekt's case where he just like left his car boot open for like 2 seconds.
No, I think he actually put his seed phrase into a Telegram group. I think that's what he did. He actually typed his seed phrase into some...
Well, why would he do that? So someone convinced him to do that?
Yeah, some support thing.
Right.
Who we talking?
The guy who got done.
The guy the account that we're sort of analysing.
Yeah.
That had the massive penalty paid.
Pretty close is in the chat, and he's like saying it's someone from the community we all know.
Oof. Damn.
Okay. Well, on that note, shall we? How you going there, Jexxa? Shall we get on to the?
I've got to say, I feel terrible for this.
Yeah, that's probably the
terrible,
worst
man.
thing. I mean, that's
Look, he's
really
fine,
that's
though,
everyone's worst fear.
It's terrible, but he's also rich still. So like,
not if the hackers took the funds that were.
Not if he's still got his private keys, mate.
He's got his
private
mega
keys.
rich off that stake if all that he lost was the penalties. If the hackers then took the liquid funds, then he's lost everything.
Yeah, but apparently there's still stakes,
and they can EES. They can EES the rest of them as
They
well.
can nuke his whole account.
They can nuke his whole account if they want to, but they don't because it's like it costs them money to nuke their account, and it just pays out the stakers, and there's nothing in it for them. But that's
this is where having a Gnosis safe. This is where having your stuff in a Gnosis safe is useful, because if someone gets their hands on it, then you could
transfer ownership.
Although, if they've got their hands on that,
they could do that
secret,
as well.
They could do that as well, and that's probably what they'd do.
So it'd be a battle.
A race, it'd be a race, yeah. But if you got a Gnosis safe, you would have multi-sig set up to begin with.
Yeah. Sorry, uNrekt. Did I cut you off before, man?
Not at all, mate. Not at all. No, we're just having a great time. It's good to be alive. I hope you're all doing wonderful out there in YouTube land, wherever you are in the world, and looking at the Hex Crypto. Let's have a go.
Got some results there, mate.
Okay. Who's the Oracle? Let's find out who the Oracle of the week is.
Me. I'm the Oracle.
Dream on.
You were too far off day 43. You're a little bit bearish, but you were right. Yeah. Did you want to put it up? Whoever's in driving the ship tonight.
Yep.
All right. So this week we had. I'm going to screw the name up. Is it Jürgen Wolf or I don't know how you pronounce that. So the price was 18.2, and he came in with 17.8. So not too shabby, only a few points off. So apologies if I got your name wrong.
Is Jürgen Wolf or Jargon Wolf? Are you in the chat? Are you in the chat?
See the name above that one?
Young and Wild.
That's someone I know in real life.
Oh yeah.
The name, yeah, and he actually was also the Oracle on the very first time we did it.
He has been pretty consistent, hasn't he?
But he wasn't in the chat at the time, or actually he was in the chat, but we didn't notice or something like that, so we gave it to someone else. But he's actually been right
he has
multiple times.
So honourable mentions,
right or close, yeah.
Yeah, and I think you pronounce that as Young and Wild. Is that right?
You know what? That's not his real name, so I actually don't know how to pronounce that pseudonym.
It's the weirdest handle. I can never pronounce it.
He made it up a long time ago.
Yeah. You need to change that shit. No one can understand.
I just had an idea. Sorry, are we still talking about this thing or?
No, you go.
I just had an idea.
Hang on. We've got to do do votes. We've got to do votes for next week.
For next week.
Yeah. Let me just get the link.
Hang on, but Jargon Wolf is not in the chat.
Oh,
So you can't
really?
win.
We're going. Okay, all right, we're
You
going.
can't
back,
win,
are
mate.
we?
That is the rule.
That's the rule. All right, you're angling for the win here, aren't you, Dave? 42?
Yeah,
Bro, I say this every week. You got to be in the chat to win. If you're
All
not
right,
here to
okay.
claim the victory, then you have not won.
Then okay,
Yeah,
I think
you
it's.
know what?
I
Actually,
think
I'm
it's-
starting. That rule is starting to grow on me. I like it because it actually encourages people to come and watch the next week.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, it was playing freestyler. Yeah. So all right. So next in line then would be Tin Top at 19.1.
Oh,
Tin
that's
Top
one of
was-
my followers on. That's one of my subs on.
Yep.
On my
Tin Top, you better be in the chat because I'm not doing this.
He
the third
was in
time.
the chat. Tin Top. I saw him in the chat before. So let's see if he's still here, or maybe
Doesn't look like it.
give him a couple of seconds, man. He's
turning into a bunga.
He could be rubbing one out right now, and
Just needs a couple of more minutes.
That's what people do when they listen to us.
No.
Multitasking, man.
He would have it on mute. He would have us on mute if he's rubbing one out. Just out of respect.
Or maybe not, man. Maybe not.
Maybe
Well, Richard, do you guys remember in a very, very old stream, someone asked Richard Hart, said, "Hey, I'm doing that right now, and your stream is also playing. Is that weird?" And Richard actually said, "It's fine because your brain, you actually can like compartmentalize those two things. You can do like you can be listening to something educational and also rubbing one out to something else, and it's not. There's no crossover. It's not like you can actually keep them separate in your mind, or at least some people should be able to." So Richard says it's okay.
Did you just what did you put in the chat, mate?
I'm not encouraging people to do
looking
it. I'm not encouraging people to do it. I'm just saying it's not. It's Richard says it's not as weird as it sounds.
We can't hear you, uNrekt.
Oh yeah, you're muted.
I
Unrekt.
accidentally posted the invite link to the stream in the chat because I was trying to put the instead of
What
the
could possibly go wrong with that?
Can you delete it?
Dude, guys, I've done, but they can only get to backstage. You'd have to let them into the stream from there.
Yeah,
I'm not worried. I'm happy. It's open door policy here. We can anyone.
I've done entire
anyone's invited.
streams where I've actively
Yeah,
encouraged. I've said I want anyone who wants to come on can come on, and so I've actually pumped the stream link into all the chats and all the Telegram chats into the chat of the actual video, and I've had like sometimes 0 people actually come onto the stream. So I don't think there's too much risk.
No, I think we're all right.
So you think, well,
You're welcome out there. We'd love to see anyone out wants to talk to us. We're hoping to have the conversation. But
Maybe we should just have a random person on.
Hey, see, the thing is that people probably clicked the link thinking it was the form to enter.
So just so everyone knows, the actual link to the form went out after the one to invite you to the stream. So just look for the one that says forms.gle. That's the one so you can actually participate in to guess the prize.
We've got some dude here now. See? Some dude is just knocked up now. There you go, mate. What's cracking?
Hey guys.
Hey, how are you?
What's happening, man?
You got like, to say some dude?
USA.
Okay, you're out.
All right,
he's gone.
I'm going to go find that link.
That's the thing. You got to be able to say something as well.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
You
right.
got to bring your words. You're not going to have a camera, bro. You need to give us something. An avatar, something.
23.1 cents, by the way.
Times, eh? What are we up to? What are we on the chart?
I'm guessing 23.1 cents for the
the next week.
For next week.
Right. Get your guesses in.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I've gone 27 cents. I find it impossible not to be bullish on Hex. I just can't.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, same.
I go 14.
How much?
Oh,
Do you say 14?
14 again.
What?
Really?
Do I need to fly over to Melbourne and slap you? I'm
Apparently,
kidding.
yes.
I'm joking.
Good luck.
wouldn't do
Good
that.
luck getting into the state, though, bro.
Yeah, I know, right? You've got like an army of freaking tyrants protecting that from happening.
Yeah.
I feel pretty. Oh, Tip Top's in the chat. Congratulations, Tip Top.
Well done,
You
Tip
are
Top. You
Oracle
made
of
it.
the Week.
He's
There you go,
finished. He's
Tip
finished.
Top, Oracle of the
Finished
Week.
rubbing it out.
That's it. I told you. I told you, man.
Just
you
just
go.
needed a couple of more minutes.
Well done. Well done.
I hope it was as good for you. It was
You
for
youngsters don't know
how
what
to
it's
finish
like.
that sentence. Okay, who we got? Oracle of the Week. Tin Top. Tin Top. Here we go.
So,
Good.
has everyone in here on the stream said what they're going to guess for next week? Even though I know you have to do it in the form anyway. uNrekt, did you say yours?
Oh, no, say 35 cents again. I said that last
Okay,
week.
cool.
Yep.
So, do you guys want to hear this idea I just had?
Sure.
Please.
Nuked shark.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, on a purely voluntary basis, assuming that it becomes clear enough that what happened was him getting hacked, and I think it should be like pretty clear whether that's actually what happened or not. And maybe I shouldn't pitch this idea until after this stream he did with Maddie. But anyway, that guy's probably not watching this stream anyway. We could do a thing where people could voluntarily donate the additional payout that they got, assuming they've got some liquid to be able to do this with. If you're 100% stake like uNrekt, then you can't do this. But you got additional from that nuke and donate it to an address of his choice. And if enough people did that, he might get, like, assuming that he's like lost everything, he might get like a few mil back just from people. Like, I would do it. I would donate the difference. And
we've seen
if
that
enough
before.
OGs did that, that could be millions of dollars. And all you're doing is you're just gifting him back the amount that you got gifted from that nuke that was not by him, it was by a hacker, theoretically. The assumption here is that it was a hack and that it is clear that that's the case.
The second,
What do you guys think?
the second you do something like that, the next time something happens, you're going to get people coming out of the woodwork saying, "Oh, it was me. Like, if you guys want to help me out, here's my address."
Oh shit!
You know?
Wait, no, wait. There might be a way that can't someone sign a message still
Yeah, they can still sign it. Yeah.
Oh wait, but then it could be the hacker. The hacker can also sign that message and be like, "Yo, I'm the one that got scammed."
Yeah,
actually, the hacker.
Send it to this address.
Yeah, look, we'd have to work this shit out, but it's not immediately easy. But there might be a way to.
I like the sentiment, but
you know what I mean.
But I think there's too many complications with doing stuff like that.
Yeah, it would need to be airtight, and obviously it would be voluntary. We wouldn't be pressuring anyone in the community. If people want to keep their, code, the code is law, guys. if people want to keep that extra, what is it, like 18 hex per T-share, they can. It would be on a purely voluntary basis. But anyway, the idea just popped into my head because it's like, it wouldn't be to any detriment to people.
It's an altruistic thought, mate.
Yeah. You know what this shows, Tanja? Because this is the second time you've said something like this. It shows that you're actually a nice person and you care about people. Because I know you put this up last time when something...
And that's it, right?
Can't remember what it was, but something similar happened and you got shot down then as well. But
I think I was suggesting for Richard.
Yeah.
For Richard
that was bloody stupid. That's right. But regardless, you're obviously a nice person.
Thanks. By the way, I think Mango Junkie's comment there is sort of like not quite in the same line of what I'm saying. It's not just someone putting their hand up and being like, I got hacked, donate hex to me. This is the amount that got like the additional staker payout. See what I'm saying? The difference is, so if someone got hacked, usually someone's hack wouldn't have altered people's payouts significantly, but in this case, the payout is. So yeah, anyway, subtle difference there. But I know Mango Junk is just joking around anyway. But yeah, no, all good. We'll see what happens. I'm really interested to see this stream. Like, I'm hanging into this stream. Do you guys know how long it is? I might stay up. Like, how long in the future? How far in the future it is?
Tomorrow night, I think.
Oh, Freddie Quartz. I shot out the biggest apology. I put out a massive Twitter apology for missing that stream.
I had a big bowl of Nambour green.
Bro, you just got roasted. Freddie just roasted you hard, man.
What? Where's? And he did that on the Cabana Crypto Show as well.
Boy, I did it to the Happy Hour show twice.
Wow.
It was twice in a row, and I only made the third time. That was savage.
Anyway, time zones, mate. But we're glad you showed up here. That's for sure, because you're.
Because I missed last week or the week before. No, the week before.
Anyway, we love having you on. We love everyone in our crew. Like we got everyone here tonight. We've had a great show. We've had a bit of a chat.
Sammy's out at the moment.
Sammy was out tonight. She's not feeling well, so I think she's got a bit of shaggers back or something like that. But no, I don't know. I'm not I don't give medical advice either. Not financial advice, not medical advice. What else? Day 43. We wanted to
David Morales is here for the thumbnail. Hey, David, that is all uNrekt's good doing. So you can direct all your
a little bit of clickbait on the internet, like when you're young, that's all the internet was good for. Was like a bit of bit of action, bit of like between the sheets action. That's all the only thing you would
You should see the
That's the only
uncensored
thing you use
version.
the internet for. I know what I'm doing. Hey, we're just having a chat. Talk about Hex, the greatest crypto. What else? Before we wind this up.
I think we covered all the really important stuff.
Yeah.
Awkward silence, and I like that. It's good to end it on a good note.
I would like to see another Australian celebrity. I think because Richard Hart has lived in Australia, I think he gets how to speak to Australians in our sort of diet. I think he understands.
You know what, guys? We have such a good presence on Twitter. We could target people to just bombard them with come on to the show, come on and do a stream with Richard or whatever, or come on whatever.
If you want to get down our all they can too, so it's good.
Because Australian celebrities are not famous enough. They feel like they get a little bit of attention, and they might actually, feel
We've had a
good
few
about it.
trolls like that, though, haven't we? Day 43. I don't know if you remember them, but I've made sure that they've gone and had their photo posted on HEXrekt Plebs for everyone to see. And I love that little channel. If you ever want to know what's going on HEXrekt Plebs, go over there.
Oh, I love that Telegram chat. It is the best.
It's the best one. It's one of the best ones. Yes. Well, everyone.
Guy who?
Talking about uNrekt.
What was he saying? Well, that's right. This is a 35-year-old big tree, actually.
Australian you've been on stream. Normally it's like a Hoover hats, crocodile teeth, massive blades, I
still have the little knives. Yeah, see if I want to trim me, if I'm doing my bonsai here like this.
Bonsai.
Yeah, bonsai.
12 hours until Maddie's stream. Okay, I'll sleep.
Yeah. Righto. Living the dream. Loving it. Loving the Hex crypto. Loving you blokes. And we hope to. It's a little bit dry out here. We're having a little bit of a drought with the girls at the moment. I've been trying to get them on. I've been trying to get the people from the Highest of Stakes documentary. Been trying to get the Crypto Spark guys and all the other showcasing of the diversity and the talent within the community, and have the conversations and just spread the good word about Hex. Message in a bottle.
Yeah,
It's a time. Our time that we're on is not a good time for our US to the guys in the US. They're just waking up, and a lot of them don't feel like coming on here and shooting the shit.
Yeah,
at 4 o'clock.
Who doesn't like the big pineapple? Who doesn't like getting a good big pineapple at 4 o'clock in the morning? Hey, I would get out of bed.
A big pineapple and a gay time. What's the gay time count, uNrekt? What are you at tonight?
Today, 2.
How many gay?
Oh,
2?
no, 3. I think I've had. I can do a box. So that's a little bit of an indicator that we know that we're getting ready to. it's like this retracement can only go for so long, and then we're off to the track again with the hex price. The green candle will come out, and I think what we talked about earlier was quite elaborate and true in the sense of maybe the hex 731 will launch. We'll be starting to see some green by then. Who knows?
And if someone does have a celeb or someone,
it's good to know, mate. Thank you very much.
Someone did put in the chat.
We need more. We need more people like that. More people like that.
Yeah, willingness to participate, get involved in the hex, get involved in the community, and find out how wonderful it is and how diverse and great it is that we can bring all of these cultures together and blend them up into something that's like, how do you say, encouraging good behaviours and fixing some of the problems that we've got that we see in the legacy system, but not competitively. Like it's integration. It's like slowly, you know, like
we've got such a great little great community. Not little, we've got a great big community, and we've got such a presence on social media. If you have somebody you think would be great interviewed with Richard Hart, like let's email them, tell other people like I want to bombard this person. Like, or even if we do it on Twitter, you know what I mean? Like, just put it out there in the chats, put it out there on the Twitters.
Yeah, I saw someone with 1 million subscribers today.
And we'll throw our weight behind it, you know what I mean? So, and, you know, like, if anyone wants to take the reins.
That's how we scale.
Yeah.
We got to scale this thing, man. This thing's going to scale anyway without it, regardless of what we do.
Sounds like a Sammy Chicka. To me, that this sounds like a Sammy Chicka operation. Sammy Chicka identifies the target and then rallies the Aussies to get us to go and you know.
That's right.
It's just about having a good idea and like then just going, let's just do this person, bang.
Because we haven't seen a full FOMO rally pump or any of that virality yet in Hex, and which is amazing in itself. The fact that what's been going on and yet the performance of the asset is just phenomenal. Not only that, it's program money. It pays you trustless interest out of the inflation or the interest, and so you know life is good if you're staking your hex. I don't see any other way to explain it other than it's just like a little savings account that earns interest, and who doesn't like that? It's beautiful. It's wonderful. All right,
Peter, so Peter Hellier, that'd be a good one.
We'll call it a night, eh, boys? Anyone got any final words?
Let's rally the troops, Sammy. Let's get it done. If you identify a target, and then we'll go in there and chill hex. Get them to speak to Richard Hart. Organize some stuff. Because they'll feel special if they get to speak to, you know.
Yeah,
Australian celebrities will feel special.
What's Richard's current minimum requirement? Is it 50,000 followers? Like, you know who he's willing to talk to?
I mean, he's literally said, guys, like get me people to talk to. So
who else would be good? Who else would be good in Australia?
Mate, he's gone. I mean, like Dave Hughes is like right up there as far as like
same. I agree.
And
the problem with Dave Hughes is he didn't do anything with it.
Okay.
He didn't publish it to his.
I didn't see anything. There wasn't even any real comments on his Twitter feed or anything like that. So that's probably the important thing is you need.
That's what you want, hey. You want them to.
Yeah. We basically brought him to it, Richard's audience, and not
Richard to his audience. Yeah. That's what we really want. Good point.
Hey, I'm going to call it, boys and girls. We got any final words?
Peter Garrett.
Peter Garrett would be a really good one. Like he's standing up for climate change and environment, and a lot of social issues as well. I mean, Midnight Oil.
Hey, you know what I never understood with Peter Garrett
in the country.
I never understood why he didn't join the Greens instead of the Labor Party. I never got that.
I think he thought he could have more impact, and then he just got reamed. Like he literally lasted 6 months or 8 months.
Yeah. I never got it though. He should have.
Yeah, he was obviously promised something, and that never happened or whatever.
Who knows what the backroom deals with that were?
Yeah, that's right.
Righto. Well, we'll see you next Tuesday, everyone.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks, everyone. I love you all out in the chat. Discourse Syndicate Networks and KNTX coming up. Wake Up Hex.